Wow. Hold on. Alright. We're in there, boys. Alright, let's relax and play some mech. I love Mario. There we go. Alright. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, we'll check that out after. So I'm here, chat. Well, it's a funky monkey. So there's about 9 days until the Switch 2 comes out. And I'm not... This is a nasty looking vehicle. I'm not getting the Switch 2. I don't think we'll be able to finish this. Where are we at? We're at Statue Leaf Cup I just did. So we're on Super Bell Cup. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay, because you know what we're gonna do, chat? We're gonna play more. We're gonna play more. We got Red Rooms, Riparian Paradise, Wii Party Tanks, and Wii Shot Raceway. So we're gonna play more, alright? And when the new Mario Kart comes out, we're gonna put this one on a little bit of a break. Right? Holy shit. What the fuck? Bruh. What? Why is it Utsu's theme? Okay. Oh god, spooky. Oh my god, dude, they got dry bones hanging from the ceiling. Help. Oh, Satan. Satan. Oh. Oh my lord, dude. Oh my god, he got impaled. He's... Well, I picked the perfect character for this, huh? Why Oku's theme, though? I don't think this is an appropriate theme for this. Look at that! That shit's scary! There are things eyeballing me from the walls. Hello, Pikachu. Wait, there's a spooky door. Oh man, there's a spooky door. Oh god. I kind of wanna see what's in that door. I'm actually having a hard time, like, seeing. Do you see that? What the fuck is that? What is that army of red skullmen? What the hell is this? Oh, thanks. So you get a speed boost when you get the boo. Unfortunately, it didn't help there. Well, all right. Oh, well, okay. Okay, all right. He's gonna turn huge in a second. Let's just toss it. Let's just take 4th place. Big Toad. Not good. Not good, not good. Those are green. This... I lost my turbo, but it's okay. Oh my god. Oh shit. That was insane. Wow. Wow. That's the first Touhou song in the mod pack, yes. It's not even a remix either, it's just straight up Oku's theme. Riparian Paradise. I'm really curious what was behind that door. But I didn't want to risk it, you know. Okay, chat, what the fuck was I talking about before I got interrupted by that? Alright, I remember. So what I'm gonna do, here's my plan. So originally I wanted to finish this before the new Mario Kart came out, but I think that's not possible. Unless I just play this for like the next 5 days straight, but then that's not a good idea, because that's not fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this probably one more time after this, and then when the new Mario Kart comes out, okay, I'm gonna put this on the bench for a little bit until the new Mario Kart has had its time in the sun. I can go back and do new things. Well, not new things, I gotta return to things. I was supposed to return to Touhou, but now I'm playing the game where Rumia throws things. And Rumia throwing things has taken 9-ish hours of my life already, and I haven't finished it yet. Which I find genuinely impressive, because there's a lot of Touhou fan games that I've played that if I had gotten 9 hours into them, getting 9 hours into them means that I have like completely finished the game, or I'm going for like bonus, or I'm just replaying it. 9 hours is a substantial amount of playtime for an indie game. Granted, the game did not cost me $2. It was a real price. It cost me like 11 Canadian, which I was fine to pay because I had played for the dev's previous game. The Minariko one, which was free, mind you. That game was free to play. It's a very good game, so I knew it, and I played the demo. I knew it was going to be a good game. So I was more than happy to put the money down on the game. And like I said, I've played 9 hours. Goodbye. Well, whatever. I've played 9 hours and I'm not done. I have gotten my money's worth. I think I got it for like $1 off. I think it was on 20%. Either way, I would pay full price for it. It's a very good game, and I'm very much enjoying it. It has a lot of polish, it has a lot of charm. It's a good game. The only issue I take with the game is that your inputs get eaten when the game lags, which is really annoying. Because sometimes it means you just can't dodge things because you literally cannot, like, the button doesn't work because something has hits done on it. That's annoying. That's annoying. I have milk. I'm gonna drink milk later. That's my plan. So this is tanks. Wii Party tanks. Kinda cool, huh? That's my plan. I want to return to DDC. Again, that was the plan for last Tuesday, but then the Rumia game came out like a day early. And so I wanted to play that, and because I wanted to do this because of the upcoming date of the new Mario Kart, everything's all fucked up. The schedule I just made, and I was like, I'm gonna stick to this, is already completely in shambles. Except for the art part. The art part is still fine. That's okay. I'll go over the tank. It's pretty cool, actually. Anyone ever play this game? I did. Wasn't very good at it. There's 780, I think. Oh. There's like 780 custom tracks in this game. I skipped 98% of the tour tracks, which accounts for about maybe 50-ish. But aside from that, no, there's still plenty left. There's still probably like 100-ish tracks left. There's not as much as you think, but there's still enough. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop taking that speed booster, I think, because it's not working. Drive it. I don't remember much about Wii Party, but I know I had it. I know I had it. Reminder, this is the same cup that had that fucking satanic dry bones killing cult. Why? That show should have been with the Madness Mansion. Ooh, the Madness Mansion into the Red Rooms? That would have been good. That would have been some good shit. Yeah, I got the mini turbo, so that was worth it. Neat. Okay. Custom tracks are cool. Mario Kart Wii is it's a great game. It's a good game. But if you're gonna have a game with a bunch of custom tracks, this should be the one. Wii Shop Raceway. Oh my god, boys. Are you ready to listen to some Wii Shop channel? This is gonna fucking tickle my nostalgia pickle right here. Alright. Yeah, come on. This isn't Wii Shop channel music. I want WiiWare, bitch. WiiWare. "3D Pixel Racing Pokemon Scott the Woz." Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. You guys ever buy anything on the Wii Shop channel? I bought the Phoenix Wright games. Paper Mario, Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah, I bought... God, I remember buying the fucking points cards and getting the Wii points cards and buying all the Virtual Console games. Oh, beautiful stuff. Yeah, Phoenix Wright was a WiiWare title. Pokemon Rumble started as a WiiWare title, if you didn't know. I never got it because it cost 1,500 Wii points. I was like, no thanks. I don't really even know what was on WiiWare. Oh, Bomberman Blast was on WiiWare. Worst spot for that. Worst fucking spot for that. I cannot see. Wow. Ow. Alright. I got the Rumble game for 3DS and I played for like 20 minutes and I got bored. So I have no opinion of that series. Alright, I still won, but let's go get up. Alright, here we go. It's rest day, so rest day. It's an important thing to know about your rest days. On your rest days. Rest days don't mean do nothing, but rest days mean lighter exercise. So, that's good. You're on a rest day. It's better to do some lighter stuff than to do nothing at all. Don't go limp. It was on Xbox Store too. Oh, you're talking about Mega Man. For a second there, I was like, what are you talking about? Because I know you're not talking about a Pokemon game. But I never got a Mega Man 9 or Mega Man 10. In fact, the thing about Mega Man is that I've played 1, 2, and 3 at this point in my life. I borrowed the Mega Man Anniversary Collection from my cousin. But I tried every game and I was like, they all suck. And I played Mega Man 8 and I was like, wait, I like Mega Man 8. So Mega Man 8 was the main one. I never beat it. I never beat the Wily stages. Alright, Red Rooms was fucking weird. Yoshi's Woolly Raceway, Oil Rig Run, Pipe Underworld, Mario Circuit. Pokemon on a non-Nintendo console? If you count Digimon. I was supposed to play more Mega Man X, yes. I was gonna do that. And I said I was gonna do it. I originally did it because I was like, okay, I'm waiting for Rock Maiden X. And Rock Maiden X came out, and I played it. And then when it came out, I was told that they were gonna add an extra character. And I was waiting for that, and they have not updated the Steam, the DL site page on that game since the bug fixes back in February. So, I have been waiting. I have been waiting, but there's nothing. Radio silence. I don't know why. I was gonna play it. I was gonna play with the new character and play on the extra mode. That was my plan, but it's been like 3 months. Fuck you, DK. This music is great, and this track is beautiful. Wow. I really went and took the longest fucking possible way around. This track is awesome. This is a really fucking nice track. I could honestly believe this track is official with how good it is. It's really Yoshi. You are a fucker! Fuck you! Okay, alright, I'm good. I'm chill. I'm good. That's alright. Nothing I can't recover from. See, we got it. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. See, another one. Yeah. Too fast, too fast. I don't think going up here is faster. Wait, you have to go up here. Going down here is faster, though. But you don't get an item. Yeah, I like the music, because the music has motifs from all the different Yoshi games. You ever play Yoshi Story, chat? Yoshi Story is a weird game. Oh, wow. Yoshi Story is a really weird game. Because it's like... It presents itself as like baby game, but then there's like shit in that game that is just not baby. My favorite example is I heard a blue shell, so I crashed intentionally. And, well, the crash was... Ooh, okay, alright, relax. Okay. Alright. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, AI is like right on my dick. Don't land on it. Yeah! Number 1. Like, Yoshi's Story starts with World 1, and it's like happy, fun, Greenland, and storybook aesthetic. And then you go to World 2, and you pick Blarg's Boiler, and then this fucking, like Spirit of the Damned comes out of the lava, like, moaning. Like, holy shit. Yep, kids game, by the way. It's so weird. Oil Rig Run by... Who's et al.? This reminds me of Splatoon, but initially it reminded me of Oil Ocean from Sonic 2. I don't think it's related to that one. But I don't know. Oh, I forgot to... Oops. It could be, oh. Oh, we got custom effects on tricks. Cool. Hey, so I don't know where to go. Yeah, when I do a trick, I get little gear effects. That's cool. Where the fuck do you go? I don't think the AI can do this one. Works for me, bro. Works for me. Pardon? What? Ain't no way you made that. Whoa, Jesus! What the fuck? How am I in 4th? Wasn't I just winning? What happened? Well, alright then. What the fuck is going on? Why another one? Chat. What is the song? Okay. I have never been on an oil rig, which I don't think that's shocking at all. But like, have you ever been on an oil rig? Do you want to go on an oil rig? I hear you make good money on an oil rig, but you're there for like months. And like the danger is very real. But like, it's good money. Why are we doing this again? That's okay. Alright, here come the big one. Yeah. So I missed the trick last time and it put me to some fucking like garbage zone. Easy. You fall off, you are dead, brother. Yeah, but that's why you don't go to the edge. I play Smash Brothers. I know all about staying center stage. Come on now. Come on. Pipe Underworld. I really like that Yoshi one. That Yoshi one was really pretty. Well, there's a reason it makes good money. You make good money when the job is dangerous because they need people to do it. What the hell? Oh, underground theme from Brawl. One of my least favorite tracks in Brawl, I think. Not a bad track, but I just don't really like it that much. It's okay. Oh, I love the fucking melty cheese lava. That's classic. Well, alright. Okay, alright. Whoa. Are we all just gonna sit there like, no. It's just not that's barely working. You ever go tuna fishing? People go stir crazy. Yeah, I don't want to go to the Arctic. God, dude, sir, there are points in time in the Arctic where the sun just ain't there. It's just, humans weren't meant to live, not in those conditions. I don't assume it pays well enough to keep you out of it for a while, though. But yeah, like tuna fishing's a thing. See, in Nova Scotia, we have lobster fishing. Lobster's a big market in Nova Scotia. And I've talked to some, I've talked to some people. Talked to one guy who owned a boat, who was like, so some of these people who end up on the fisherman boat, it's not because it's their dream to be fishermen, it's because they are, for lack of a better term, wasted youth. They don't have anything, so they just end up on the fishing boat. So some of them have some screws loose and don't mix well with others, and they get into fights. And this dude was telling me just like one time where they just got into an argument. The motherfucker pulled out a machete, and like they're on a boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. What are they gonna do? If this motherfucker hacks with this machete, what happens then? Like, what do you do? You are so far away from shore, and that's when shit gets crazy. It's like I can't do that. I don't want to do that. Sometimes people get really agitated when they're away for so long. But also, when you're in a grocery store around this time of year, you also see some fishermen come in And they buy a fuck ton of stuff. Like, they straight up load their trucks up with so much stuff because they're getting ready to go on the boat for a while. So they just got a huge ass order. And like, we're familiar with them. They come in, they get as much as they reasonably can that can like hold. And then they get ready for a long fishing season. It pays well. It does pay well. It's how we get our lobsters, seafood in general. But it is one of those jobs that I feel like a lot of the people who end up in it is because their family is the fishermen, so they're roped in, or they're kind of just drafted in it because they don't have anything else to do. Wario circuit. It's like joining the military. Now here's the thing. I think fishing is cool, but when I talk about fishing, some WarioWare music, or Wario World music, or is it Wario Land music? Whatever. Oh, custom enemies. Oh, look at these Goombas! They're Galoombas! When I think of fishing, I think of like freshwater fishing, like Pokemon trainers, right? You find fishermen, Pokemon trainer fishermen, they're fishing for sport, right? But like, the fishermen I'm talking about are the ones, you know, they're wearing the overalls. They got the huge nets. They're bringing up huge amounts of game. They're not just casting a line going one at a time, right? So when I talk about fishing, I'm referring to the hobbyist type of fishing, not the like fucking massive bag. I like that they're Wario colored, but they're also like putrid piranhas. Slightly off, but good enough. Honestly, when I talk about fishermen, the latter of what I just said doesn't come to mind at all. Like the tuna boat fishers, that shit does not come to mind at all. I only ever think of like the Pokemon trainer fishermen. When I talk about how I would want to be a fisherman, like if I was a Pokemon trainer, I'd want to be a fisherman. I'm referring to those fishermen. I'm not trying to catch a net full of fucking Magikarp and be like, alright boys, we eating today. No, I want to go to a lake, catch a fish, and call him my friend. I should have held that. As soon as I pressed it, I heard the fucking blue shell. Oh. Welding is what you do if you want to be an artist and you want to be paid, because all you do is make boxes. You weld boxes. You will weld the box, you will like the box. That's not going to go off in time, but it is keeping me at 95. Okay. Work 4 months straight, spend the money he got in 2 months, goes back to work. When you say he spends the money, do you mean he's really bad with money, or do you just mean like his costs and wages aren't lining up? Because when some people blow through money really fast, and I guess if you're making a lot, that's your lifestyle, go ahead. But like, man, I feel like if you're able to blow through 4 months of welding cash in 2 months, then you are a spendy spender. Pretty good run. You gotta be a spendy spender, right? Pretty sure welding jobs net you 6 figures. I guess it depends. I guess it depends on how important your weld is, or how much you work, mind you. I can't say I know much about 6-figure jobs, but welding I think is probably one of the, if not the most highest paying trades Right? Alright, we're on Hamma. Mystical Marsh, Mushroom Valley, Tropical Cloudway, ASDF City. Oh my god. Alright. Ooh, it's pretty. Look at that. Ain't that some shit? There was an episode in Sun and Moon where Lana actually catches a Kyogre. I know how that sounds hard to believe, but her dream is to fish up a Kyogre, and then somehow there's like a there's a Kyogre and she heals it, and then there's poachers because there's just a wild Kyogre. Don't ask me how any of this makes sense. I don't know how, but she does achieve her dream of fishing up a Kyogre. But she doesn't catch it because you can't catch legendaries. But yes, there was a wild Kyogre. Don't ask me how. It doesn't make any sense because Kyogre, as far as I can tell, is supposed to be a one-of-a-kind Pokemon, which is why who like shaped the seas of Hoenn, which is why Archie wants to wake it up, because it's a one-of-a-kind creature. But there's just one in Alola, because of course there is. But I guess there's also a baby Lugia, so what do I know? Kyogre is a really cool Pokemon. He is really cool. This sounds like, kind of like Mystery Dungeon music, but I feel like it's Mario and Luigi music. It sounded a lot more Mario and Luigi, when I was smaller. Either way, it's nice. It's a nice track. Yeah, Kyogre is a really good Pokemon. He has consistently been a good Pokemon since his creation. And he also just looks cool. Groudon looks cool too, but Groudon wasn't really super good until he got his Origin form. Which is funny because Origin form Groudon, it's Primal form. Primal form Groudon is infinitely better than Primal form Kyogre. Infinitely better. Well, alright, that's fine. Regular Groudon is still a really good Pokemon, but like the strengths, Groudon did not take as much advantage of its weather as Kyogre did. But Primal form, Desolate Land is way better than Primordial Sea. Simply because Primordial Sea blocks fire attacks, but Desolate Land stops all water attacks, which is like Groudon's weakness, times 4 weakness. It gets blocked. Whereas Kyogre nullifies a not very effective. It would be kind of bullshit if it blocked one of his weaknesses, though. Because then he'd only have one weakness. Groudon still has other weaknesses. He's weak to ground. He's weak to ground. Alright, never mind. He has one weakness. It's ground. His namesake. Oh, the irony. Mushroom Valley. Oh, God. Oh, my God, dude. I like the color, but it's fucking green. Groudon is a ground type. He's the continent Pokemon. Shared title with Regigigas, if you didn't know. I recognize this theme. Pretty sure it's Xenoblade. Yeah, it's probably Xenoblade, because I know I've heard it in Smash and only Smash. Oh my god. Bro just dipped. Quack. Gower plane, as they say. As they say. Ho ho ho. Hee hee hee. Galoombas! Holy shit! We got custom Goombas. I've been waiting for this. No longer is it just colored Goomba. It's a whole new creature. It's a Galoomba! Bro, I keep hearing the Kitu pop up to tell me I'm going the wrong way. Regigigas is supposed to be astronomically large. And I've seen fan art portraying him as, like, actually that large. But then in, like, Pokemon games, he's barely taller than a human man. And it's like, okay, I get it, but at the same time, this motherfucker's huge. Celesteela is huge, too. Celesteela actually makes me laugh. Because Celesteela is really stupid, but I like her anyway. I think Celesteela is fantastic, as stupid as she is. You hear that, Lakitu, telling me I'm going the wrong way? Okay, this track isn't quite as obnoxious as I expected to be with mushrooms. It's pretty solid. Legendaries are supposed to be, like, titanic Pokemon. But oftentimes they need to be able to fit on the screen. I like what Mystery Dungeon does. Because Mystery Dungeon, like, the Pokemon still fit on the screen, but they're still big, you know? There's different sizes to Pokemon, and you're allowed to have a maximum capacity size of 6. So, like, an overwhelming majority of the Pokemon in the game are size 1. There's a couple that are size 2, and then you have some that are size 4, and you can only bring, like, one size 4 with you because you can't exceed a size, team size of 6. You can't walk with a bunch of big guys. But big guys are pretty much restricted to, like, Onix, Steelix. I think Milotic and Gyarados are big, too. And then, like, a bunch of the legendaries. Yeah, the legendary Pokemon are supposed to be big and impactful, but the sense of scale is not quite as good in some games. They're actually really good in the stadium games, though. And also Coliseum XD. If you've ever seen Wailord in Coliseum and XD, it is actually, like, to size. Also, Lugia and Ho-Oh in Stadium 2, those fuckers tower over other Pokemon. They're huge. They're, honest to God, they are massive. We got Skyworld music. Oh my God. Hamma Bamma. Damn it. I think the issue is that you can only really get a good sense of scale of something when it's compared to something next to it. Like, I know it's a meme to say it, but it's like, you know how we'll put a banana next to something, right? Banana for scale. Because when I put a banana next to something, you have probably seen a banana before. You know how big a banana is relative to your own size. So when I put something next to a banana, and I tell you that this is what this looks like, and this is a banana next to it in the same plane of view, you'll be like, holy shit, that thing next to the banana is massive because it's so much bigger than the banana. And you know what a banana looks like. If somebody just tells you, this is this big, this is 20 meters tall, you'll be like, how big is 20 meters? Damn, that's pretty big. But then if I showed you a banana next to it, you'd be like, holy shit. I honestly feel like something next to a banana is a better sense of scale than having, like, exact measurements for your mind. Maybe that's not true for everybody, but in my stupid case, yes. The banana for scale would actually help me give a better idea on size than just straight up telling me the measurements of its length. Banana. Well, that's okay. If you want to talk cannon sizes in Smash, you got Olimar, who is actually, like, probably smaller than a thumbtack. Olimar is very small. But back to Pokemon real quick. There's also Pokemon that are really small that are sized up just because it doesn't make sense when they're not. Think Joltik. Do you have any idea how big a Joltik is? It's a tick. It's fucking minuscule. But it doesn't make sense for Joltik to be a Pokemon unless it's sized up and like matching other small Pokemon. So whenever you see it, it's like not actually its accurate size. But realistically, a Joltik is itty bitty. It's the size of an ant. No, you dumbass. It's the size of a tick. It's a tick. It's called Joltik. It's a tick. Ah! Creature is called Joltik. What is this? The size comparable to an ant. Oh, if only we had a real creature we could compare its size to. Oh, no. Oh, it's me. Wait, what is ASDF Highway? Where am I? Oh, fuck. We're living in the city. Have to survive. Gotta keep that dream alive. Kill shot. Kill shot. Kill shot. Kill shot. I'm North American. Well, alright. Okay. Barely did anything. Living in a city where no one gets you down. Oh! Holy diaphragm issue, streamer. Yeah, I'm not a singer. I'm not a singer. I can't control my diaphragm. I think it'd be pretty cool to be able to sing. Not something I've ever had a desire to put much effort into learning, though. Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, God. Easy. Okay. Would you be able to, like, some Pokemon you wouldn't even really be able to use? How many Pokemon would just be regarded as, like, vermin? Like, Rattata, right? Rattata is basically Pokemon World vermin, right? But, like, trainers go out and catch Rattata and they use Rattatas, right? They use Rattatas. Oh, look! Caught a Rattata! You better go fucking wash that thing. You better go wash that thing right now. Give it a bath. Give that creature a bath right now. Where did you catch that? It was in the pantry. Oh, great. Josh. Heher. Day trippy. Thunder Mega Mushroom Cup. Back to the 80s. Luigi's Island. Volcanic Skyway. Orbital Outpost. I swear to God, if the music for this first track is running in the 90s, it won't make sense. This is... What is this? What is this? I hope it plays aesthetic music. Nope. Whoa. Holy fat ass wide drift. Miami Retro. Holy shit, did you see that Goomba? It was fucking zonked out of its mind. Hold on. Look at him. Bro is absolutely zonked. Holy shit. Help him. Oh God, the piranha plants too? At this point, Goomba guy has been fired. He's gone too far. He's simply gone too far. This is unacceptable. Yes. Whoa. Fat fucking... Oh. I'm just driving around it. I'm just driving around it, dude. You know what this makes me want to do? Go get some milk. That's what I want to do. Anything else happen today? No, not really. I don't have much news for you, chat. Oh, I guess I was thinking earlier. So I used to play Azur Lane. This is actually quite some time ago. I don't play it anymore. The reason I stopped was because I had to like fresh install, and then my file was gone, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I stopped playing. So that was cool. No idea where that went, but by that point, I wasn't even really playing the game anymore, so I don't really mind that much. But something I liked about Azur Lane was that I actually learned a little bit about like real ships and combat. And I was talking about it at work today. And like, there's so many little details that I've forgotten at this point, unfortunately. You're gonna have to move, Luigi. I've forgotten details at this point, but like, they were kind of faithful to actual lore, which I thought was pretty neat. So like, the sinking of Hood, which I learned from Azur Lane, that was caused by her getting hit by an ammo depot. She was tough. She was tough, but critical hit essentially. But there's a lot of ships from, you know, USS, HMS, IJN, and I forget the abbreviation for the German ships. But there's a pretty cool amount of history that comes with them that I thought, like, I remember reading a bunch of them and thinking it's actually kind of cool how like faithful they are. Now, make no mistake, that game is a Gooner game. 100%, it's a Gooner game. But kind of like how with Girls in Unpanzer, there's a surprising amount of historical accuracy to the material that's I find fascinating. That's what I liked about it. And I was just talking to a coworker about a couple. I mentioned like Hood, which I don't remember the details on. I also mentioned Indianapolis, who Indianapolis is, she's a U.S. ship that was carrying very important secret cargo. I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but it was speculated that she was carrying parts of the bomb. And her initial release, she's sitting on a nuke. It got censored overseas, and they actually removed the censor. Thank you, sign. They actually removed the censor. It got censored originally in English. It got censored in English, and it was turned into like a bear, but it got its proper symbol back. So yeah, she was speculated to have carried transported goods to building the bomb, the nuke. I was like, that's cool. I mean, that itself isn't cool, but it's the history of it, right? There was also there was another ship. They also have cool. They had a cool idea that they've been doing as well, where they make ships that don't exist. So there's a couple ships that they have that, like, I can't even think of any examples. I guess Cheshire is one, HMS Cheshire. But there's a couple ships that you can make in the game. I forget what the process is called, but they're basically ships that only really existed in design and never really were built. So you kind of make them exist. They're not retrofitted. I just don't remember what the term was for them, but they're the ones that you needed like all the fucking EXP to like create them. Ruin was one of them, I believe. I think Ruin was a Generation 1 of those ships, and she was a pretty good unit. Scary German lady. I really don't remember most of them though. It's been a long time since I played the game. But it had its cool designs. It had character designs that I thought were neat. But yes, it is a Gooner game. The costumes get ridiculous, and the paid costumes in live 2D are the most like they're very unapologetic about that for sure. They are. Well, they're all gacha games in general are pretty gooner because that's how you make money. You prey on the lowest common denominator. That's what it is. Horny motherfuckers who are bad with their wallet. Gacha has to be that way. Doesn't it seem like gacha shouldn't exist then? But it does. What the hell? Yo, look, we got desert Goombas. Wait, why is there an active volcano? Well, alright. When gacha games have good character designs, yeah, but sometimes the good character designs are kind of murdered down by just being nothing. There's a couple characters that kind of claim the spotlight, and then a lot of other characters just kind of don't really exist much. Like in Azur Lane's case, the face of the Azur Lane, for sure, is Enterprise, obviously. Enterprise is the face of it. But there's also Kaga and Akagi, the two Fox ships. That's just great. Those two are very well known. But after that, it's like you got Queen Elizabeth and Warspite. They have their own little like fun comic as well. And I guess I don't know if Bismarck or Prince Wagon are fit for that actually. I'm more of a Hipper fan anyway. I like Hipper more than I like Wagon. Can I have that back? I remember when I first saw Prince Wagon, I was like, what do you mean Prince Eugene? What kind of name is that? Eugene! Limbus Company is in Gooner? I don't know anything about Limbus Company. But I have seen the memes about reigniting a dying star, so I'm afraid your argument only holds a little bit of water. Because even if the game isn't necessarily like that, the fan base certainly is. You... Okay. Well, yeah, but that doesn't count. Why does it not count? Does it not count because it goes against what you just said? That's not fair. Aside from this one example where I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Well, shit. How do I prove you wrong now? You got me. I can't prove you wrong because the one thing I used, it doesn't count. It's been vetoed. Oh, I wish I didn't use the mushroom there. This is a neat track, actually. This is a really neat track. Desert, volcano, sky, all kinds of shit going on here. Ooh, that was close. It wasn't help. It wasn't enough. Oh well. I don't know anything about Limbus. Honestly, I don't. I don't really mess with gacha games anymore. I'm clean. Fucking controller wire. I'm clean on gacha, boys. I'm clean. I'm clean. Orbital Outpost. Neat. There are some gacha games that have gone off the actual deep end. They're just I'm pretty sure they actually are just straight up pornography. Like not even trying to be funny when I say that. Like just actually there are some gacha games that have just they just simply are. They have no shame at all in it. You also have that Nikke one. The one that's spelled Nikke. I don't know anything about that one either, but I know what you are. I don't need to know anything about that game to know everything I need to know about that game. That's all. That's all. Now, I only speak the truth. Bye! Well. Jiggle physics. People say the story is good. Yeah, and I've heard people play Monster Girl Quest for the plot. Like, okay, buddy. Alright, pal. Whatever you say. Yep. Yep. I don't care for Hoyo games. I don't care at all for Hoyo games. Genshin got boring. I don't care about Honkai, and I don't care about Triple Z's. I just don't. I really, really don't. I don't think their character design is as appealing as people want me to believe it to be. I really don't. I feel like they just kind of have very specific archetypes that they don't really deviate that far from. So if you show me a character and ask me to tell you which one universe it's from, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Except I probably could because the one's fantasy and one's like sci-fi. So maybe I could on that, but other than that, I wouldn't be able to help you. That is unironically true though. That's why I said it, because all I do is speak truths. That's it. I just speak truth. I'm just saying, man. I didn't say it was bad. I'm just saying that the characters for all three different IPs look like the same characters, and they kind of just have 2 builds for guys and then like 3 or 4 builds for girls, and they just spread them across different games. I don't even know what place I got. The fuck did I get? 8. realized I had to pee. So I did that. And I also went and got my milk. Alright. I drank 1 liter of milk today, and now I'm gonna drink more. You know, someday I want to try bouldering. There's a place. I've had friends do it, but just never ended up doing it. Maybe someday. Pinky Winky. Blue Falcon. Next is Volt Mushroom, Castle of Time, White Garden, Aura Metropolis, Celestial Speedway. Looks pretty cool to me. Unsurprisingly, it's Zelda themed. Of course it is. Alright, here we go. Here we are. Now, you know what's actually a gacha game I know like nothing about? I don't even know if it's still around. I assume it is, because where else, where would it just go? Kantai Collection. There was a period of time where Kantai Collection was like the biggest fucking thing ever. Like, just... how could I have known? Did it EOS years ago? Because I remember when I got into Azur Lane, I kind of like knew about both of them. And I went with Azur Lane because I was like, okay, this one, I wanted to do that one because that one was easier to get going. And I played it with friends, but then my friends all stopped playing. And they continued to play Granblue, and they still play Granblue. And Granblue sucks. Granblue isn't even a game anymore. Granblue is a second job. It's a second job that they pay for. It's not fun. I got out. I got out, man. I got out. I escaped. The Touhou Killer. No, that's Blue Archive. Blue Archive is currently the Touhou Killer. Well, so much for that. Interesting course. I want to read that, because I know that Zun does not like gacha games. Sun asks for Toy Story as I followed the newcomers on the block. He spawned. The world tour is better now. I won't say why, but the annoying people have left. There's no way he said that. There's no way he said that, but I'm choosing to believe it because the gacha fans, baby. There are two roads that you go to as a Touhou fan. You either become into gacha games, or you get into Japanese VTubers. Well, jumping these is fun. Which way, Western man? Unfortunately, you don't get to pick. Oh, I missed that. Well, that's bad. Hmm. But actually though, you ever notice how like that seems to be the case when some people they kind of fall out of Touhou and then they end up at one of those two places. And I specified Japanese. It's the HoloLive stuff. It's the HoloLive stuff they're into. It's not necessarily they give a shit about VTubers. They just like the HoloLive characters. This is a little scary. DK, look out! I didn't even do anything. What is a bomb gonna do? That's the finish line, jackass. Everything's a total killer until it dies. No, what happens is that people spend the majority of their awake time on social media, completely burn themselves at a goodwill of the series they like, and then they migrate to a different series, hoping that it'll be different. That's what happens. I'm drinking milk. Give me a second. Jesus. You know why that happens? Because these are the people that get into the series, not because they give a shit about the series itself. They get into the community around it, and then they get sick of the community and they leave. Because they didn't actually care about the series to begin with. That's why it's so easy for them to leave. Because they never cared. He's out of line, but he's right. I know I'm right. I'm always right. I told you, all I do here is I speak truth. Ah, what the fuck? Whee. This drift is not good enough for this. That's insane to say. Fuck. I kinda hope one of them in front of me would drop a bullet. Oh, the cheap stuff! Okay, this is actually like the Blue Falcon drifting is really not great, but it's good enough for this. It's actually impressive as fuck that it's getting away with this. Oh god. I missed it again? This is not the way to go. Oh god. It's a nice little terrace. Okay. Alright. Drift! Drift, you little bastard! Alright, this track is going. This track is going well. Gacha games are kind of doomed in the sense that they will eventually end their service. Honestly, you just kind of have to wonder where most of them go, right? I think the biggest one I'm wondering about is like, what happens when Granblue is done? I don't really think Granblue is going anywhere at some time. It is probably the most successful gacha game in existence. And Cygames owns the universe. So there's that. Oh shit. But like, there's a lot of people that play Granblue. And if Granblue goes... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, that was so close. Alright. Alright. I got 5th on the first track. Alright. Aura Metropolis. Sometimes you guys follow under individuals to a morbidly curious degree. Sometimes I do kind of wonder sometimes. Some people go insane. Maybe they were always insane, but like, man, some people really just fucking like, I don't know. Sometimes shit just happens to people, I guess. I don't know, like, okay, alright, so the previous track was great for this. Not so much this one. Well, it's the common curiosities. People are really eager to know what's the fuck is going on in some other dude's life. If it doesn't directly affect them, then it's more of a spectacle than anything. That's why drama's so popular. We crave drama, just not when it involves us. Well, this is great. This is not going well. I gotta go put my milk away before I get a tummy ache. That's what I'm gonna do. This is Mario Party music. I've forgotten which track. I think it's Neon Heights, actually, from Mario Party 7. Okay. That is a really weird position to race down. I'm gonna fly off the side because I let go of the drift button. Alright. My daily dose of anger in the morning. Well, I mean, you're on social media, right? There you go. People are more likely to engage in shit that they don't like than the stuff they do like. It's strange. Instead of just not engaging with it, they just continue to engage with it. And like, damn, everything sucks. Well, no shit, everything sucks. So all you do is read about everything that sucks. I just don't know where I'm going. Really, that's all. I just don't know where I'm going. This track is so fucking strange. Tracks should not go downwards like that. It's very confusing. Fantastic. You're gonna bite me. I need an item. Okay. Okay. Anyone want to throw a blue shell? I don't think anybody in last place is even like playing the game at this point. Well, alright then. Oh my god. Hero. Oh my. Okay. Despite all of that nonsense, third. Alright. I can't drink all that milk. I'll die. Celestial Speedway. Ooh. Is it a section track? There's no way to get back here. No. Alright. Huh. This is great. This is great. Look at this. This is everything Rainbow Road should be. Don't know what the music is. Oh god. Okay. Hold on. I'm alright, I'm alright. But that milk is gonna go back in the fridge when I'm done here. It will not go in my belly anymore. Okay, maybe at least one more. Maybe one more swig of milk. Alright. Goodbye. I'm in the water. I'm in the city. Sometimes I wonder where people get the assets for these. Or if they're like pre-made. Or if they're from different games. Oh, well, I guess we're going this way. Because some of the stuff looks really good. Like, I don't know how difficult it is to make custom assets. It's probably pretty hard. But they probably take some other Wii games, I'd assume. Oh my. Me and you, DK. I need to finish this fast. I don't know how many of you knew this, but milk spoils at room temperature pretty fast. And then it gets stinky. And I can't drink it anymore. It's a 2-minute track. Oy, 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 oy. See, I just don't really want to talk about it because there's no answer that makes anybody happy who's online. That's really where I stand on it. There have been the witch hunt regarding it has been really bad. Like really bad. Nope. Well, it's just like, I don't care. Really, that's what it boils down to. I don't care. That sounds bad when I say it like that. I know it does. I don't like it. I don't engage with it. I don't bother with it. Pretty plain and simple. That's all. But some people are acting like he just shot his child. Like, good lord, man. I don't know what I got. Is anybody counting? Anybody counting? Please let me know. I gotta put my milk back. I know it wasn't good because I got 47. 10? Oy, oy, oy. Alright. Here's really what the problem is a lot of the people who are very against anything regarding the use of artificial intelligence kind of hurt their own, like, argument because they don't act very smart about it. There's been numerous instances where people just randomly get accused of using AI. And it's just... it's not good. Thunder Canyon, Fungal Jungle, Rooster Island, Pinewood Path. They're people who have just... they made it their life's mission to call out everything and anything as possibly. They're like fucking detectives. They've kind of worked against the... they kind of work against the whole thing by doing that. It's really annoying. Ooh, Mount Steel. Wait, Thunderwave Cave. No, but I'm saying that even if it isn't an instance where there is any AI at all, they'll be like, bro, what the fuck? And they'll like select it and point out the obvious AI, but then it's not AI. And they just harass people. That doesn't do very good for your claim. See, I don't like AI art because I don't think it looks very good. A lot of it has this really, like, weird glossy feel to it that just kind of makes it look gross. I don't like it. I really don't. It's kind of yucky. But, like, unfortunately, there is an argument that when it comes down to paying people, when it comes down to paying people for like bigger stuff, AI can be used to produce results that are good enough for basically free. And that's wherein the problem lies. The problem wherein lies for that. Where it is very easy to generate something that is good enough rather than pay somebody for something that is good. Whatever makes the most money back with the lowest amount of investment. Why do you think Boeing gets contracts and has planes in the air after numerous wreckages and crashes? Why indeed? This is how the world works. But I don't work in any industry or anything like that. I'm not the guy to talk to about this. I only have my own personal opinion. And my opinion is that AI can't make what I want to make, but I can't make it either. But like, maybe someday I can make it, but AI can't and never will be able to make it. So I'm gonna keep trying to make my own shit the way I want it. That's all I can do. That's the simple answer from me, Mr. Jackass. But some AI is funny. Some AI is funny though. For example, Glorp. Glorp is very funny. Example, Neuro. Neuro is funny. But AI has become such a buzzword that anything that uses AI, be it art or otherwise, automatically has a negative stigmatism to it. Where it's all automatically slop because it's AI. But like, it's not. It's not automatically slop. AI art has done a really bad... it's done bad for the name of the advancement of AI technology, that's for sure. It's been bad for it. Does it make sense that it's been bad for it? Yes. Alright. I don't like, I don't agree with the assessment that an AI artist is an artist. That is a big one though. I think the term AI artist isn't a real term, cause I don't think that makes you an artist. I really don't. I don't think you should call them an AI artist. You call him a prompter. It's a pretty good one. Can't say I'm too familiar with how it works. I've never used it. See, years ago, AI was funny because you could use a really shitty AI to make a mock-up of, like, Donkey Kong being punished for his war crimes. Right? And that was funny, and we all had a laugh about that. We're like, look how silly this is. And then it didn't stay that way. I really wish it stayed that way. Well, the world would be a lot better if we were still in the world of Shrek spotted on trail cam footage, 3 a.m. and then you get like really shitty fucking just disgusting mock-ups. Whatever. Some kind of Shrek-based freak. Yeah, AI straight up peaked on release, and then it went downhill when Gooners figured out how to monetize it. That's when it all went downhill. And wow, would you look at that? Isn't that the fucking name of the game for wow, timing. Isn't that just the name of the game of everything? It's all fun and games till the porn addicts figure out how to jerk off to it. Great. Now we all have to suffer for it. We all lost this battle today. I'm right there with you, Donkey Kong. Me and you are on trial together. But yeah, it's kind of a hard topic. It's a hard topic to discuss because having an opinion on the internet and finding somebody who has an opinion that's different than you doesn't mean you're going to have a discussion. It means they're going to yell at you. They're gonna yell at you or you're gonna yell at them, and then neither side is going to actually listen to a single argument. And then they're gonna finish their day being bitter that some random person does not agree with their worldview. Such is life. You can't win. You can't win. There's no winning. But again, I'm just some asshole. I'm no leading professional. All I have is my own opinion on it for what I use it for, which is I don't use it. But I make no claims to be a professional. I make no claims to understand. You're not gonna fearmonger me into believe in one thing or the other. Oh, thanks. Isn't AI prompting another form of gacha? You know, you actually are kind of right. You put in the prompt, and then you hope it spits something out. Then you change the prompt up and hope that it spits something out. Ooh, some beach music from Pokemon Snap. This is chill. This is chill. Fuck was that creature? Huh. Okay, I guess we're just going straight. Whatever works, right? What is that bird? No, come here. Slow down. I'm not gonna catch him. Yeah. There he goes on his jet bubble. But yeah, I don't really like talking about it because it's just not, like I said, if somebody doesn't like what I'm saying, they're probably like actually gonna get mad at me to a unhealthy degree. But like, the whole case with like Touhou 20, like I just don't care. Some people care a lot to an unhealthy degree, I'd say. Like, they care a lot. I just don't. I'm sorry if that isn't good. I don't care as much as you. If anything, the most annoying thing that Zun has ever done with AI, in my opinion, was write a whole chapter on Cola about it. That was a fucking dumb chapter. Plain and simple. Sumireko spends 6 months lethargic developing an AI. Couldn't even sleep properly. What a fucking loser. Oh man. Poor Sumireko. She's an AI, bro. Hey, what you mean, hey? Hello. Is that just a fucking chicken? Cola is very boring, so it makes sense that you would forget about 90% of it. But no, that's the latest chapter in Cola from last year was the AI chapter about that. That was what the chapter was. It was like weirdly fear-mongery. And now here we are with Tola 20, where Zona's like, I'm using AI. Ha 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 ha. AI bad, I will not use it, it's boring. But actually I'm gonna use it a little bit. Teehee. I think maybe that's probably more of the issue that people would take with it, was how his stance on AI. He made his stance. He made his stance clear in Strange Creators with a Cola chapter and an interview. And then a year later he's like, actually. And then he's doing this. And it's like, okay. Well, I guess this is what we're doing now. Rooster Island. I hate it here.
Oh my.
How many Toa fans read the manga? Well, first of all, it's not a manga. Strange Creators is the fan magazine that's all written. So an even lower percentage of them read that than the. If I had to rank the percentage of participation in actual canon material, Strange Creators would probably be the lowest. Followed by the written works in general, followed by the games. Actually, I don't know. Would you say the games or the written works are the least engaged with? It actually might be the games. I would probably wager money that the least engaged form of official Touhou media is the video games. I've read all the written works, except Lotus Eaters. I haven't read all that yet. I did read all of CDS, and I think CDS is gonna be over in like the next chapter, which would be great because I'm sick of it. Man, CDS really was a gigantic waste of time, huh? Just a monumental, gargantuan waste of 6 years. Oh man. Slip on my banana. Call is a hard game. It's the kind of game that takes a lot of practice and time to put into to actually see results, which is why it's satisfying to be good at it, but it's also really easy to disengage because you're not doing well for a long period of time. Fighting games have a similar issue, where fighting games, before you can start enjoying fighting games, you have to deal with not enjoying fighting games for longer than you will probably be enjoying the fighting games. That's all. Some of the written works are better than others. For example, I like Forbidden Scrollery. I think it has decent world building. Wallow Hermit's pretty good, some fun chapters. Sengetsusei is my favorite because it's just shenanigans with fairies, and that's what I like. Cola is boring. Cola is quite boring. I like Perfect Memento and Symposium because it's cool character lore in digestible text format. Bohemian Archive is good. Alternative Facts is pretty fun. Silent Sinner in Blue is Silent Sinner in Blue. I would say it's decisive, but really it's just kind of like, it has its moments, but it also has a lot of, it has probably some of the worst moments in canon history in the entire series, which is impressive for quite a long-standing series, right? Prince Scrolly is a snooze fest. Oh! Yeah, sure it is. Silence Under Blue is okay. Yeah, see, that's why your opinion is in a Twitch chat. That's why your opinion's in a Twitch chat, where no one actually gives a shit about it. Oh my! What I rank CDS? Probably third from the bottom. You know what? Let me think about that. No, Forbidden Scrollery is fine. I think Forbidden Scrollery, you need to actually care about world building to a degree to enjoy it. But for the most part, it's just kind of episodic. It's got some moments. It's also really well known for its fortune teller. Bit 12. I really got 9. See, I don't think it's fair to fully rate CDS or Lotus Eaters yet, because they're not finished, but I highly doubt that Lotus Eaters is going to have any form of finale that is actually worth the payoff. If you want to talk about boring, I think Lotus Eaters is probably the cake. For manga-based ones, Haunted Gardens, Lava Road, Quakey Magcliff, Blowy Breezeway. Lotus Eaters is more episodic. Doesn't even, like, feature the main character most of the time. And, I don't know, it just, nothing really happens. But it feels like with the Miko chapter, they actually are starting to, like, lead into a final type of chapter, right? Ooh, this music from House of the Dead. Like in Forbidden Scrollery, it was about Kozuzu and like learning about yokai and whatnot. And she was a consistent character throughout it. But I don't even know what Mioi is or what Mioi's doing. It's been 60 chapters and I still don't really get what this character is doing. I just don't. What is her purpose? What is her goal? What the fuck is she doing? Why does she do anything? I don't know. But Miko's gonna do something, probably, at the end. And then nothing's gonna happen because nobody ever dies. Mizuchi deserves to die. But she won't. She's just nothing. That's kind of the problem. Mioi is kind of just... She's not really that interesting, I suppose. Because I don't really know what it is she's doing most of the time. I like Kozuzu as the main character in Forbidden Scroller because she was always involved. In some capacity, she was always involved. And again, a lot of the story was kind of about her in the Yoma books, right? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. We got dead Luigis. Holy shit. But in Mioi's case, Mioi was like at the start, and she'd like fucking drug Rainbow and Marissa, and then watch them get nightmares. But now, like, and then Mamizo's like, okay, now we're opening a bar. And then Mioi's like, alright, I guess I'm gonna stand behind this bar counter for the next 50 volumes. So the plot can only happen with me if somebody comes to get Onte. And then they just follow the plot of everybody else. If there's anything that Lotus Eaters is good at, it's making characters that are otherwise interesting not. That is Lotus Eater's greatest strength. I don't know how Zun did it, but he managed to take like 5 of his characters and just just not make them interesting. How did he do it? That takes talent. I want to go upstairs this time. Let me up. Ooh, the haunted mansion. Shoot to the moon. Ugh. No, but, again, I don't think it's fair to say it's the most boring. Tentatively, I'd say it is, but judging on the basis that a series is finished, well, I guess asterisk, I'd say Curiosities is the most boring. Curiosities actually has some neat little aspects and tidbits of lore, for sure, but a majority of it is just Ridousuke talking to himself. And most of the shit he's saying is bullshit anyway. He kind of just talks out of his ass, but then like he'll just go in full-on introspection, and I'm just like, bro, I'm tired. Are you done yet? I legitimately fell asleep reading a chapter of Cola. I read it as the first written work because I read them chronologically. It took me weeks to get through all of Curiosities, and I was like, oh my god, that was brutal. But then as soon as I started reading Bohemian Archive, I was like, this is great. Yo, this is actually great, because I'm actually like learning about different characters, different things involving different characters instead of just this guy. And I didn't have any issue with Ridousuke himself. It was just so much of his story. It's just him yapping to himself. So yeah, I'd say that one's the worst. Maybe not the worst in quality, but it's definitely the most boring. Well, good night. I want to see how CDS ends. Okay. I want to see how CDS ends, but I do think that CDS is probably the worst written work. Probably the worst one. Because it really doesn't... It just kind of does a lot of things wrong. You think a series that went out of its way to feature a bunch of long-standing characters as kind of like an homage to them would be better, but it really isn't. What did it do? Well, it fucked up. It fucked with some people's interpretation of Flandre. That's one. It put Alice into a coma. That's two. It called Moko a yokai and said that Moko and Kaguya sneak out of the human village together. It made Raisin miss her Lunarian torture rooms. You see what I mean? Brought all these characters back and then just did fucking who knows what to them. I would have rather you just didn't use them at all. Keep them out of your book. But also, the overall plot was extremely samey and nothing really ever happened. Well, nothing really happened. If there's one thing that CDS does well, it's the parts where there's fights. The fight choreography is quite good. I think that is the strongest part. Watching Sho blast Flandre and Byakuren throw Flandre was actually really fucking cool. That shit was omega cool. But that's it. That's not even like... It's a loud vehicle. But that isn't really Zun. That's more so Akimaki Yu. That's more so him than anything. He's the one actually illustrating and choreographing the fight. Sun's doing all the writing in between. You know, the stuff that isn't that interesting. Sorry. Well, despite falling in numerous holes, we're doing well. Okay, we'll see how it ends. I already kind of know how it's gonna end. I think it's pretty easy to tell. I think next chapter will probably be some kind of like epilogue type of chapter where they're like, alright, and here's what's happening. All is well that ends well. The end. Alright, now we're gonna finish Lotus Eaters. And then hopefully that's it. Well, there's the fortune slips. But they're done now. This is really unfortunate. Ouch. The fortune slips, I haven't read those yet. I will read those when they're done. That'll be a Saturday stream, obviously. We're gonna read the fortune slips. Those will be cool. Oy, oy, oy. Quaking Mad Cliffs. Symposium is probably, I think Symposium is probably the best one. Symposium's great because it gives you more character information from Aku, but it also has a little short story where Byakuren, Miko, Marissa, and Kaneko all get together in Aku's house and kind of discuss things. And you get a lot of cool information. So Symposium has a short story and character lore. I think Symposium is very good. Why are we going this way? Well, alright. It's not my favorite, but I think it has the best balance of fun information on characters and fun little story that isn't too, like... You know, it's broken up into little sections, so it's good to it's easy to digest the story. So I think Symposium does a really good job with that. I think Alternative Facts is pretty good too. Alternative Facts just has this issue where some people can't see it as anything but a political mouthpiece, which is just, you know, if that's all you see when you read that book, then I don't think we're gonna be friends. I don't think we're gonna be good friends because we are not gonna have a lot to talk about. Just sounds like you have a serious case of brain rot. Oh man, here's Wagasaki Hime and Shimi. They're whitewater rafting. Isn't that fun? Isn't that cool? That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Well, so much for that. Nope, that doesn't matter. That also, Alternative Facts also shows us the Raiko joining the Prism Rivers. That's where that bit of lore comes from. That comes from Alternative Facts. Alternative Facts also shows us that Sagume is capable of visiting Ayante. And Aya has pictures. And what's neat about that one is that one's actually legit. So, Sagume can just, like, she can just go down to Gensokyo and talk to Eren. And that seems really weird to say, but I thought about it before. I was like, why can she just do that? Well, first of all, her position is higher than that of the Watatskis. She's like an ancient, original god. She's very big deal. But also, she shows up at the end of the Grimoire of Usami. So she comes down against Sokyo to end the fireworks festival. So she's capable of making the trip. She is capable of making the trip to Gensokyo. We see that in the Grimoire of Usami as well as Alternative Facts. So she can just come down and hang out and talk to Eren sometimes. Which is really weird because, like, the Watatskis can't do that. They're always under constant suspicion from the other Lunarians because of how close they were to Eren. But then Sagume is just like, alright, bye. I'm gonna go fucking drink tea at Eren's place. But she's a Lunarian, right? I know she's a god, but, like, she is still a Lunarian. But it seems like she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't really play by the same rules. Like, she's just above them. Even though the Lunarians see themselves as above, like, everyone. Fucking Sagume is just legitimately, she can just do whatever she wants. Well, who would be above Sagume? Would Tsukiyomi be above Sagume, or would they be considered equals? What the hell is that camera angle? Where am I going? I'm getting blown back. It's from Mario Galaxy 2. I think there's actually wind physics. Oh my. Oh, yep, I think there is. I think there's actually wind and the AI is not accounting for it. Well, alright. Honestly, I think one of the reasons why Sagame gets less flack than other Lunarians is simply because she doesn't feel like a real Lunarian. Sagame doesn't feel like a real Lunarian, and I think the big thing about that is because she doesn't talk like she's better than everybody. All the other fucking Lunarians always act like they're better than everybody else. I hate when Eden does that. Eden is fucking, her ass is sitting there on Earth and she's like, we Lunarians are just so much better. Like, bitch, you are alienated. Okay, you are alienated on Earth right now. Fuck you. Stupid asshole. Another issue I take with Eden is probably the fact that she's never allowed to fail in a real, meaningful way. Now, there's been mention that Eden, for all of her genius, actually kind of lacks common sense. She just kind of lacks common sense, but whenever Eden does anything, like, it seems like she's never really allowed to fail. Well, this is awkward. It's similar to Kaneko. Whenever they're on screen, they're always doing something that's just going according to their plan. What am I doing? Well, despite it all, I'm still in first. Okay. Well, alright. Well, the AI couldn't figure it out, so whatever. No, I don't like characters like that very much. It's not that they don't have flaws, it's that anytime they do something that would be considered, you know, like that, it happens off screen. Whenever they're on screen, shit like that always happens. Yukari is similar, except Yukari has had her shit kicked in a couple times in fighting games, so she's been humbled in some capacity a few times. But for characters like Kaneko and Eden, whenever they're on screen, the few times they're on screen, it's always to be like, just, you know, just like, be better. To know. To have no flaws. And then it's just kind of, they're just kind of boring. Toyohime being my least liked character. Toyohime is just Yuko but poorly written. If you want to be real, there you go. That's it. She's just Yuko if Yuko was written like shit. That's Toyohime. That is just Toyohime. 10. Here we go. You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. The Watatskis are just Yomo and Yuko if they were written by a 13-year-old. That makes so much sense. Think about it. One is the aloof, hungry, always calm, but always calculating, and the other is the stern, stoic, gotta-train sword master of a million abilities. That's it. There you go. I've solved it for all of us. I want to be Diddy Kong. They also never encounter hardship. Oh, I know. Brother, I know. You can read what Eden says. Cliffside circuit wires, cosmic construction, forest of magic. Oh, man. CT cemetery. According to Eden, fucking Toyohime has never experienced hardship in her entire life. And she also just completely understood the, like, Eden, like, explained the theory of, like, matter and universe and all that crazy shit. And Toyohime was just like, oh, cool. I get it. Instantly. So, they're poorly written in every capacity. A character like that isn't interesting. It's not necessarily overpowered characters that people don't like. It's characters who just feel like they don't deserve to be as strong as they are. Now, to an extent, I can believe a character trained off screen for many, many years. Right? I can believe that. But when you tell me, oh, actually, this character is a fucking born natural and learned all these techniques so quickly and then just became, like, the best. It's like, okay, fuck off. Oh, they had their lifespan is different from a human, so they've actually been training for 1 bajillion years, but they're also really smart and talented and handsome. Okay, what's their character flaw? Oh, their character flaw is sometimes they don't know how to take a joke. Okay. That's a character flaw. Yep. Got anything else? Nope. Okay, so what happens if they get into a fight? Oh, they win. Oh, they win. They win, huh? Yep. Is it close? No. But what if their opponent is also really strong? Not possible. So why is that not possible? Because they can't be as strong as my character. Because my character is the strongest. Okay. Understood. So, how do we make any scene with this character interesting, or give any fight any stakes at all? You're not talking. Does that mean you didn't think this far ahead? Have you ever seen One Punch Man? Yes, I've seen One Punch Man. Yes, I've seen Mob Psycho. They have overpowered characters and they handle them very well. So tell me, how is your overpowered character gonna be handled? Talk to me. Come on. We can't include these characters in a game because if they cannot be included in a game because they have to be able to lose, and everyone knows Lunarians don't lose, so they don't get to be in games. Because being a boss in a game means you have to be a boss who can be defeated by the main character and progressed on. But the Lunarians would never lose, so they can't be bosses. It's just how it is. Thought everyone lied to me about Raymond when I read Sound Slytherin Blue years ago. What'd they lie about? That she lost? Well, I can't say that. Some people get really angry when you say that Raymond loses. Some people will defend that entire set of panels like it's actually good writing. Oh, no, it's good. You just don't understand it. Yorihime is a deep character. You just don't get her. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't get. Yeah. That's what they said when I did Rin's route in Katawa Shojo as well. I didn't get it. No, man, you just didn't get it. Her story is, like, really deep and good. Bro, I saved her for last, and I just started mashing the text at some point. I did not give a shit. That bitch was straight autistic. I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to feel at all. I was just bored. I was like, what are we doing here? What is this route? This is just my character being visibly frustrated that he doesn't understand this armless fucker. And here I am being like, I don't get it either. No, man, it's really deep. How deep is it? Tell me. I don't understand. It's too deep for me. I haven't played Katawa Shojo in years, but I think Rin's story was probably the worst, followed by Shizuha's. I liked Hanako's story. I liked Emi's story. I think Lily's story was actually the most romantic, though. Lily's story was the most romantic. But yeah, Shizuha's story was, or Shizune, I think her name was. Her story wasn't that great. And I just don't remember Rin's at all because I didn't care about her. Actually, the best story is when you go and get drunk with your friend Kenji and then you fall off a building. That's the best story. That's the only story. Whoa, meteorites. Don't do it. I gotta hit this banana. No, I got hit by the banana! No! They finished above me? What the fuck? I just lost like 3 places to a single banana. Alright. See, people who like Rin's route, they like it to the degree that they can't actually like other routes. Here it is, the forest. Where's the mushrooms? They see Rin's route as like S+, and they see every other route as D. So if you say Rin's route is not that good, they'll just be like, okay, well you have shit taste and you're bad and bald. Are you seriously playing Legend of Zelda music? Are you fucking kidding me? You had one job. You had one job. It's called the Forest of Magic. What are you doing? I feel like most people, when it came to Katawa Shojo, I think for a lot of people, Hanako was the first route that people did. I think she was probably the first route that people did. She was the first one I did. She was the first character route I did. I did her, Emmy, Lily, Shizune, and Rin in that order. That was my route order, and pretty much my like ranking right there. Yeah. Well, that was quick. Where's my fanfare, bro? Finished so early. Katawa Shojo is a good game. It's my first visual novel, actually. CT Cemetery. This looks cool. Green Park. I played a couple. I played Clannad. I played Little Busters. I wanted to play Canon and Air so I could play Rewrite and Summer Pockets because they're also key, and I hear that Summer Pockets has some moments in it that make you want to cry, and Clannad, both Clannad and Little Busters had fucked me up for sure. So I could always use some more crybaby bitch emotions, but I wanted to kind of go through all of key stuff before that, starting with Canon and then going to Air, because I've done Clannad, I've done Little Busters. I have Canon, I have it. I just haven't found the time to really delve into a visual novel, you know? Oh god. Daisy Gardens. These are courses that are alive, bro. I played them earlier. I have Umineko. I don't know, maybe I'll play it someday. I've watched Higurashi, and that's kind of all I need, I think. I don't really want to play Higurashi. I know there's more stuff. There's more stuff than the anime, but like, I'm good. I'm good with just the anime for that one. I don't need anything more. Umineko, though, I know that if I was gonna do it, I would want to play it because the anime is not as fleshed out for it. I own it. I also have the fighting game for some reason because the questions and answers arcs came bundled with it, so I was like, okay, whatever. But I do own them. Why is there so much fucking shit on the road? Well, okay. Did he? Where'd you go? Did he? Did he? Where'd he go? He's gone. Well, I'm pretty sure the anime was like... The anime didn't even have like the full story when it was airing. Like, I don't think Umineko was done when they made the anime, so they had to bullshit. But Higurashi was done. So they had something for it. Dude, Higurashi is fucked up. I actually don't understand at all what's going on in Higurashi, but I know that it's happening. And, like, it was There's just all kinds of weird. It was just weird, dude. First episode is really not nice. It's really not nice. Yeah, the writer's making the next Silent Hill game. Or he's he's the lead writer of the next Silent Hill game. I know that, yeah. Which is actually kind of cool because there's gonna be some weird shit. I think we got time for one or two more. That motherfucker is working on a Silent Hill game. That shit better be good. You got one try.
Let's go.
Get it right. Big Banana. Baby Yoshi. Sandstone Cliffs. Venom Snowstorm. Musical Cliff. Pianta Plaza. I like that Zun has, like, met and had drinks with this guy before. I think that's really funny. I don't want him anywhere near Touhou. Wait, this is Breath of the Wild music. It's when you fight a big rock, isn't it? Well, I heard there was a reference to there was Touhou references in Umineko. I don't really know what they are, but I know there are Touhou references. I just think it's kind of neat because there were a number of like creators that were around while with Touhou that went on to like make things. I think it's really neat. When I read the article about like Immaterial Missing Power, how like when they were selling Immaterial Missing Power, their main like competition, so to speak, was another group that was making a fighting game. Their name was like Bread something. I don't even remember the name of their group. But there was like an annotation that was like, oh, by the way, this is the group that went on to make Melty Blood. And I was like, wait, I know what that is. That's like, that's not a small name. Sure, it's not as big as Street Fighter, but like, I know what Melty Blood is. I've heard of that. That's kind of insane. Like, some of these groups went on to like make some real ass games. Well, that's fun. They make Under Night. Wait, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know they were the ones responsible for Under Night and Birth. Then again, I don't know much about Under Night and Birth. Anime fighters kind of blend together for me. They tend to blend a bit together. Whoa. They should make a Touhou fighting game. They could probably be good at it. Not to say Twilight Frontier couldn't. They made 12.3 after all, but Twilight Frontier is like two guys in a trench coat pretending to be a group. They don't really have people. I'm surprised that Twilight Frontier is still like kind of operational to an extent. That sounds bad to say it like that, but 17.5 really fucking like, it seems like it pretty much killed them. Like, they used to make fan games along with official Touhou games. They had quite a number of games, but they don't really have anybody anymore. It's just kind of like Iruka and I guess U2. If it's even just those two, the composer for the music and the main lead. I think it might just be those two, right? Not all the music was done by U2. Granted, there's a lot of contributing fan music in like the fighting games, in the later ones for like versus themes. But Zeki7 had a hand in some mixing for 17.5. He made my favorite song actually, Ocean of Avarice. Yeah, that's his name. Yuto Akiyama. He actually did one track in Skydrift, the one for the Forest of Magic. He made the fighting game music. Ooh. And Inobara Iruka is the he's the lead of the circle. I don't actually know if he's like if he's just like a coder or a programmer, or if he does assets as well. Because Alfie's was their main artist, and now Alfie's is not real anymore. And then Moe took over for the art for the fighting games. And now Moe doesn't exist anymore. So like, and Tokiyami did the art for 17.5. And he does still exist. He does still exist. He did art for the fortune slips. Tokiyami is still around. I really hope listen, I'm not saying that working for Tassofo means that you become excommunicated from Touhou or anything. But it has happened twice, and I'm just a little, you know, I'm just a little, you know? Once is a coincidence, twice is a pattern. Yeah, of course. Oh. Well, the boss sprites were made by you too. Okay. Yeah, and the cards were made by his wife, right? I mean, I like that the fighting games get a different official, official art. It's kind of cool that there's a number of Touhou characters who their first official appearance in the series wasn't by, like, with Zun's art. Okay, alright. It's neat because I don't really think anything differently of them, but it is, like Suika, for example. Suika was, her first appearance was an Alfie style. Sure, she existed as a concept sketch by Zun to use, but like her real official debut wasn't until she became in that game, right? And the result of that is that Suika, with all these other characters coming from 6, 7, 8, and 9, Suika kind of just stands out as Suika. But you don't really think of Suika as that different in terms of being a Touhou character, just because she's a lone character from that game. Hell, Yukari is like looks very different in that game, but no one really bats an eye about that, huh? Fat fuck! Right. There's Zun art for Jun. He drew her face on an Omikuji for terrible luck, but I don't know if he's done full body for her. There probably exist sketches that he gave to Tassofro. But we don't always get those. Those are the kind of things that pop up later down the line. Because we got something like that for Silent Sinner and Blue. Silent Sinner and Blue had a sketch page for, not Reisen, but for Orihime and Toyohime. He also had a sketch page for, he had a page for Iku and Tenchi he designed a shirt for. So we had that. He had Kokoro. I think we've seen Kokoro's one. I'm pretty sure we've seen Kokoro's. Those are fucking drum Goombas. Great. Took my fucking thing too. You want to know an interesting fact about Reisen? So you know how Reisen's hair color is light blue? So, pretty sure the reason for that is because there's a colored page on the chapters where they're fighting on the moon. There's a colored page of Marissa using her whatever spell card she used, and you can see a rabbit with blue hair getting hit in the ass by a star. And in Cage and Lunatic Runagate, you can actually read from, I believe it's Reisen's perspective, you can read about her getting hit in the ass by a star. So people were just like, oh, this rabbit is the same rabbit that we saw on the cover page. Ergo, that's Reisen. Ergo, she has light blue hair. And there you go. See, what's neat is I'm not even sure if that was part of Zun's manuscript, because Zun actually said in Symposium of Post-Mysticism that he didn't actually tell Akieda what... He didn't give specifics to what Toyohime's weapon was. He didn't specify what Toyohime had as a weapon, so Akieda just decided to give her a fan. So her having a fan as a weapon was 100% Akieda's idea. Zun gave Yorihime the sword and the book computer thing, but the fan was 100% because Akieda. I guess Akieda just decided that a fan would fit her, which makes sense because she is just bootleg Yuyuko. Yeah. It's kind of similar actually for Sunny, Luna, and Star, where the details on Sunny and Luna and Star were designed by Makoto, but in actuality, Zun had a design for Luna. You know how the hem of Luna's dress? The hem of Luna's dress, or skirt, or whatever it is, has the lunar cycle on it. That was originally Zun's idea, and Makoto decided to put some sun motifs on Sunny and star motifs on Star to match with Luna's dress. Thing is, though, as you probably see if you read Sengetsu, is that Makoto doesn't put these details on every single panel because that is fucking nightmarish to put those little details on every single panel. But whenever they show up in like promotional art or something like that, he does take the extra time. He does take the extra time to put the details in. Pianta Plaza. Follow me for more cool bug facts. Well, it's funny because Zun gave Iku that Hagoromo. He gave her a Hagoromo, and that shit is just a nightmare to fucking draw. Like, why must you do this? Why did you give this character such a complicated fucking object to wear? Oh, this is a confusing area. I got a single banana in this place. Oh my god. I get it though, like, little details are fine when you want to really like show the character, but if you're gonna draw multiple panels of the same character, little details are gonna stress the shit out of you. So why don't include it? Like, everything that you need to know about Sunny, Luna, and Star is there, but like, you don't want to draw the entire fucking lunar cycle on the hem of Luna's skirt, because then you have to figure out the orientation that it's going to be at all times, which is the real hard part. I think that's the worst part, is having to figure out the orientation of it. Because just drawing it is just a lot of sequences of circles and ellipses, right? But then, like, actually placing it on the skirt at different angles is where it becomes... That's where the fun disappears. Well, this is good. Alright. You're drawing a doujin, you have to. What? Neglect detail? Obviously. Think about how much time it takes to draw a single image, and now imagine how a single page is basically comprised of 4 to 6 individual images. And your chapter is somewhere between 18 to 25 or 30 pages long. That's a lot of pictures. That's a lot of pictures. Oh man. A whole ass doujin sounds like a nightmare of development. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I'll stick to figuring out how to do some, like, just single pictures. Maybe someday we'll get it. Every day we fail. Every failure Yesterday's failure paves the way for tomorrow's success. There you go. I don't really consider yesterday a success, if you were wondering. I didn't like it very much. I finished it. I went the extra mile for it, but I didn't like it very much. It's not what I want. So I have to figure out how to get to where I want. Banana. No one will ever hit that. Yes. 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 Okay. So most coloring is reserved for title pages or like the first couple pages because the color can help really catch the reader's attention and keep them going. And once you get them from the first couple pages with color, they don't really mind that it goes black and white. I think that's how it works. Because you can do the first couple pages with color and then it eventually turns black and white. But at that point, you care enough to keep reading, right? Sort of catch my Being an artist is an arms race. It's a race to see. Sometimes there are artists who have really good art, but then they just don't really have... They don't have as much as a following as you think they should based on how good their art is. That stuff confuses me. Because I really do think there are some artists who draw some really nice stuff and then they just don't really have any real social media presence. Rolling Gizmo Raceway, Fiery Path, Piano Shore, Sweet Sweet Universe. Blued Cup. I have also seen artists who definitely don't deserve a following have a following. So it kind of goes both ways. It does kind of go both ways. It's just weird. It's like an outlier to me. Like the idea to me is that if you draw art that is good, people will want to see it. But then there really are, well, there are just some people who I think they draw really nice art and then they just don't really... What the fuck just happened? They just don't really get as much attention for it as I feel like they probably deserve. But I also don't think they should hold too much stock in social media recognition because most of the time, most of your social media recognition comes from when you're drawing pornography or borderline pornography. Oh boy, here we go. Alright. Oh yeah, some artists undersell as well. You know the first time I saw Kinonix art? When I first saw Kinonix art, he had like 100 followers. And I was like, dude, this art is like beautiful. This is the most beautiful fucking Rumi I've ever seen. Bro had like 100 followers. He has grown since then, as he should, as he very fucking much deserved to. But I was baffled that somebody that good had such a small amount of viewership on his art. He had a couple images at that point. He had some Koishi and he had this Rumia, but I was just like, I don't even know how he got on my feed, but I was like, this is such a like minuscule amount of people when I've seen people who are not nearly as good as you have a much higher count. Crazy. Okay, everybody is falling on this course right now, so I feel less bad. I have seen some people, yeah, some people, they undersell their art because they're kind of afraid. I think they're kind of afraid that they'll get no commission at all. And they want commissions, so they undersell themselves so they actually get them. But then there are some people who definitely overcharge their worth. Oh my god, you are not worth that. You are absolutely not worth that much money. Come on, bro. Come on now. But when I think that, I just don't commission. Plain and simple. If I think they're not worth the price, I just don't pay it. That's kind of the thing. Fiery Path. Ooh, it's cool. If you don't think they're worth the price, then don't commission them. That's really the long and short of it. If you look at somebody's commission price sheet and you go to them and you're like, your commissions are too much. Like, what are you doing, jackass? What the fuck are you doing? You have to go find somebody cheaper. I would love to get a commission from the Mystia's Izakaya dev. Ooh, Shiny Torchic. Because their art is really good. But they charge a lot of money. Oh, they charge a lot of money. Money, 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 money. So it would not be, I would not be able to, like, reasonably do it. I wanted to. I really wanted to. But the amount of money it was gonna cost was just, it was too much for me to, it was too much for me to really, like, reasonably put in for it, so I couldn't do it. But I get it. Have you seen their art? All the Mystia's Izakaya CGs and, like, character designs is from them. Their art is very nice. It's very pleasant to look at. They know their worth, and they're busy. So if you want something from them, you gotta pay. If you don't want to pay, that's fine. They're getting paid, they get paid in royalties from Mystia. And man, did Mystia make money. I want to go hit that rock because I think it might take me somewhere secret. This is really cool. This is based on the little area, the desert and Lava Ridge town. It's really nice. I mean, it's Fiery Path, which is, you know, it's the area that connects it. I dig this. I think they're gonna have, I think the Mystia OVA will be done this summer, right? It got announced like close to a year ago. That's pretty exciting. KK already said to, like, kind of, like, it's not a, people are really excited for it for sure, but like he kind of was like, all right, so I know you're excited, but like this isn't gonna be like a massive project, so, you know, kind of temper your expectations a bit. I still think it's cool that Even's gonna get one more than anything, but I get it. It's a cute little fan project essentially, but a lot of people are excited about it, so, you know, there's a lot of expectation going into it. Well, that works. He's got a big game, right? We do have, oh, that reminds me. There was a Minariko farming game that was set to come out this summer, right? I'm not talking about KK's game. There was a different one. I remember looking at the Steam page for it like some time ago. It's a Harvest Moon Minariko type game. The Western dev one, yeah. I have not been following that one at all. I'm not sure what the state of that one was. But yeah, KK's working on his one. He's got a Minariko farming game in development. And the thing is, that one is really exciting because obviously it's coming off of the hotness that was Mystia, right? So there's a lot of expectation on that one. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. I think he has a good grasp on what makes a fun, casual game. But I have to imagine he probably is a little bit worried. Just because, like, there is a lot of eyes on him. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on him for this one. Oh, somebody tell me when that fucking Marvelous or Compile Heart Touhou game goes on sale. For like 50% off. I don't think I would buy that game if it wasn't at least 50% off. I think that's my, like, that's kind of my price range. I'll buy it for 25 bucks or so. But I'm not paying full price for it. To be honest, I don't know anything about the Smash Like one. I know virtually nothing about it. I didn't follow it. All I know is that I was told the dev got burnt out and he's passed the resources on. So for more people to continue it. There's also Gensokyo Night Festival, which has been in like fucking Suiko's been dead for like 3 years. I have no idea what's going on with that game. But I feel like looking at news for that one. Oh, I didn't think I'd get away from that. Looking at news for that game is just Glorp Despair City. I honestly don't know what happened with that game. I remember they teased the 3rd level with the cable car and then everything just went dark. Spell Carnival's 8 reviews on Steam. Are they good? Miracle Homestead Harvest Dev posts updated regularly on his Blue Sky account. Yeah, but I don't use social media. Ability to have available in August will be thoroughly playable. Too many things have been cut in the name of making the deadline for me to feel comfortable calling it complete. Well, I don't want him to release the game if it's not done. That's no good. No, tell him to finish his game, then release it. Don't release a game for the sake of the deadline if you're not happy with it, because if you're not happy with it, how can you expect your player base to be happy with it? I want to play and enjoy your game. I don't want to sit there and play your game and be like, man, if only he had more time. It's early access build. We'll tell him to take it out of early access and go work on it, and I'll play it when it's done. I'm not the end-all be-all here, but like, I want to play this game because it seems like it'll be cool. But I don't want to play a game that the dev... I don't want to play a game the dev feels like it's incomplete. Only 5 in English and only 1's a thumbs down. So little views, there's no rating for the game. That's actually kind of impressive. Compile Art sounds like it would have a name behind it, but it really doesn't. It really doesn't. Sweet, sweet universe. He said all of this today. Oh. Okay. Well, I don't even know the dev. I don't know the dev at all. Sometimes I prefer it if relationship with devs remains amicable and not too bad, because I think it would suck if a dev hated me or if I hated a dev. So, you know. I don't think I'm in that situation with any devs that I care about, but yeah. I just play games that seem cool, and I like playing Touhou games. Get in the hate wagon. Cannot outrun your blue shell. You shouldn't make yourself hateable if you're a dev. No, probably not. But you'd be surprised, some of them do a good job at that. You know the guy that made Udon Game X? He didn't do a very good job on that one. He got away with it though. He got away with it. But he did pull he pulled a real fucking idiot move, that's for sure. He heard he's doing well. His games are doing well, there's no mistake there, but he definitely hurt some of his client base by his not shutting the fuck up when he really should have shut the fuck up. That's all. He made his bed, he lied in it, and then he deleted it, so nobody would ever know. Classic behavior. What did he do? He shit on Twilight Frontier for not having 17.5 released, and then talked about how he got a game out in the time that they didn't, and people were blowing him up for it. And then he doubled down. Oh, well. Okay, well, this shouldn't happen. He doubled down on it, got blasted again, then he made an apology, and then he deleted the tweets. And then he went on about his life. And some people haven't forgotten that. You can see it. You can see it. Some people are quite nasty towards him sometimes. He really I just don't know why he doubled down on it. Perfect record. The Cracker Barrel incident. Oh yes, Cracker Barrel. Alright, let's do one more, chat. Let's do one more. I mostly just think it's funny when people are like, I'm sorry. I will, I acknowledge the mistakes I made. I will be better. And then they delete every trace of them ever having made that mistake, so nobody will ever find out about it again. Sorry, I got caught. One more. Pikachu! Throw me the Pikachu. I hate the bit bite. Coral Cape, Medieval Castle Grounds, SSBB, Porton Arrow Drive, Flash Black Forest. Cool. This is the last one. But yeah, that's pretty much the only one. That's pretty much the only one. I haven't really seen any other devs really kind of shoot themselves in the foot to a certain capacity. Like I said, he's doing fine. Like, his games are doing well. He had a really successful launch with the Sumireko game. And he's working on a sequel to Odongain X. But it is still something that he did that has hurt him at least a little bit. But that's why they tell you that's why developers should hand their social medias over to PR. They should give their social media account to a PR management firm, so they won't tweet. They won't tweet. They'll just work on the game. Keep your mouth shut. Social media also has the added danger of increased promises and expectation, and then you burn out. Oh, and then you burn out. I understand when you're working on something, you really want to talk about it because it's cool. But like sometimes... Oh shit. Sometimes you really, you kind of just, you burn yourself out. Sucks. I'm gonna go buy Borderlands 4. You guys want to go down to GameStop? You want to buy a copy of Borderlands 4? Randy said, if I'm a true Borderlands fan, I'll find a way. I don't know what he meant by that. But I think we should go down to GameStop with $80 and find our way, boys. Well, this is awkward. Oh. Oh. Pikachu. People just like to surround themselves in misery. That's just kind of how it is. This is kind of how it is. Social media is really bad for that. It's very easy to have a lot of the forefront of your feed be negative, and then you just kind of constantly engage with negative, and then you become a bitter person. Oh, Jesus! Watch this. Woo! Cool, crazy tricks. Oh, no. Oh, no. What the? Ah. Oh, goodness. Oh, the misery. Everybody wanna be my enemy. Oh, the misery. It's okay, Chad. I was like this too, you know. I was like this too. I don't use Twitter anymore. I have the account still, but like, it's just kind of there, I guess. Would I say I'm happier that I don't use it? Oh. I don't know. I don't know if happier is the right word, but it is. It feels a little less shitty, I suppose. You end up on Twitter when you're bored, and you just scroll and you see shit, and then you get upset. And it does nothing. It's bad because when you're bored, you should try to find something to do. But scrolling through, what's it called? What's it called? Doom scrolling? I think that's what they call it. That's what the kids call it. You're just bored and you just scroll through social media and you're like, man, you just glorp despair. Alright. We're not doing so hot here. Oh, the misery. This guy is only capable of hate. Port Town Arrow Drive. Yeah, that's Port Town Arrow Drive, boys. I actually kind of wish there was an art site that, like, oh my god. F-Zero! I kind of wish there was an art site that had some sort of functionality that Twitter does for just scrolling down and seeing art and like just art. I don't like Pixiv because Pixiv makes you pay for features that are just expected on like those types of sites. I think that's fucking annoying. You have to pay money to sort by most popular. No, I will not be doing that. But just a site that like Twitter that lets you scroll and see art. And just art. That's all I want to see. Without having to completely funnel and remove and delete and hide everything every time because it's not art. What the hell? Well, okay. Why is there a fucking hole there? There was a speed booster in front of it. The hell is this, dude? You can set things on Twitter so you only see media from accounts you're following. But you see the problem here is that how do you find new artists now, right? If you only get media pictures from artists you follow, you'll never actually see new art. But also, there's nothing stopping those artists from posting their fucking food. Why do they always post their fucking food? I don't care what you're eating. Nobody does. Nobody cares. Stop taking pictures of your fucking food. Nobody gives a shit. People are following between other people. He just said that it makes it so you only your followers' media tab is shown, so you wouldn't see retweets. Yep, food and gacha rolls. Motherfucker, I don't care. Nobody cares. You have 10,000 followers and your gacha poll has 5 likes. Alright? Fuck off. Nobody wants to see your gacha polls. You stop. Stop it. Cut it out. No one cares. It's my account. I'll tweet what I want. I respect the lack of caring. I don't. You're free to post whatever you want, but how are you gonna post gacha rolls of all? Why did I do that again? Ah, Jesus. This course is nuts. Whoa. I really don't have like an art site is the thing. I don't have something like that. Like I said, like Pixiv would be the closest, but Pixiv just, you can only search it by newest. You can only search it by newest. This fucking song sped up is so goofy. They all do it, man. They all do it. I don't know what's worse. The food pics and the gacha pics? Or the guys that speak English? The guys who speak English who don't post art regularly. Oh, I think the worst is when they drop their political opinion, bro. Oh my god. Cool art. Let's check this guy's other art. Okay, yep. Alright, so that's 5 political statements between artworks. Cool. Cool. That's great. That's why the media setting is peak until he uploads pictures of political commentary. Oh no. Here we are. Who thought this was a good idea for a fucking course? Oh, Jesus. I'm in the wall. I can't tell. This is terrible. Goombas. Great. Retweet reaction images. Yeah. Yeah. The truth of the matter is that there are certain... Okay, well, this is fucking great, isn't it? There are, like, when you're an art account, people are there to see your art. And if you are majorly art, then, you know, there's less interaction with your not art stuff. But then there's also some people who, like, pretty much without the art they post, they get no interaction. They are nothing without their art. And they let that get to them a little too much. Sucks. Too much stock in the opinions of strangers. This sucks. Not again, dude. Okay, well. That doesn't really help. Yeesh. That was terrible. Almost won. Oh. Bro, I can't do like 15 push-ups. Old favorite artist reposts old art and draws nothing new. That's a classic one. Some people do that just because, like, it helps keep kind of keeps them in the system when they're not making something, so they don't have to, like, make something. I get that. Never seen that one. We did it, boys. Another successful cart. Another successful cart in the bank. Yeah. 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 Good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, there will probably be 2 more Mario Kart streams, I think. And then we're going to take a bit of a break from it because the new Mario Kart will be out. And then we'll return to Mario Kart and finish it up after that, you know? Let people enjoy their new Mario Kart kind of deal. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes.